Hey folks, well last night was the American Idol auditions in Orlando, Florida, and it's at this point in the season that I usually get pretty bored with the auditions. I want us to hurry up and get to Hollywood. I want to see Ellen DeGeneres, and especially this year with these useless guest judges. And just when I thought the guest judges couldn't get any more useless than Victoria Beckham and Mary J. Blige, last night's guest judge, Kristen Chenowith, proved me wrong. For the brief period of time that she was there, she didn't do anything except act silly with DioGuardi. They were like a couple of giddy little girls. I felt like I was at the mall. But, I read a lot of people online were really excited to see that she was going to be a guest judge. And to be honest, I really don't know anything about her. I have no idea who she was. Still don't really. Well, I know she's big on Broadway, but Broadway is like a world that I just don't know anything about. I've never been to a Broadway show. Don't care about them really. The only thing I know about Broadway is that it's like the last stop on the American Idol train to oblivion. It really has, over the past few years, become like a nursing home for former American Idol contestants to take their careers to die. But that Kristen Chenowith, she is cute as a button, isn't she? She's so adorable. But she was annoying. Anyway, the first audition was Theo Glinton, like Clinton with a G. Theo came in full costume. He had a scarf and feathers and what appeared to be watch batteries and pocket change glued to the side of his face. He said if he's not the next American Idol, he is going to be in the bottom three, and he might be right about that. He screamed heartbreaker, and it was horrid. He didn't want to take no for an answer, so he started into Dance with My Father. And for the 3 or 4 words he sang of it, I thought it sounded pretty good. I wish they had let him finish. But it's hard to judge based on 3 or 4 words. He said, look at Jennifer Hudson. They had to work with her, and DioGuardi had to remind him that he's no Jennifer Hudson. He was a bit down when he finally found his way out of the audition room. But it's okay, because tomorrow he celebrates a birthday. Next was Seth Rollins. He has a son that's autistic, and his son wanted to go in the audition room with him, but he had to stay outside with Mommy. He was just a holler. He wanted to go in there so bad. Seth sang Someone to Watch Over Me by Frank Sinatra, and it was really good. The judges loved it and thought that it was a great song choice. Yeah, because the best way to become a current pop star is to sing a song that was written in 1926. He was good, but I really wasn't blown away like the judges were. Next was Jermaine Purifoy, I think. I don't know how to say that. He auditioned in season 7, but he didn't make it, so he decided to try again. And it's a good thing he did, because Randy Jackson thought he's the best that he's seen all season. He sang Smile by Tony Bennett, and it was great too, and the judges loved him. Simon said it was a great song choice. I really don't get it. I really don't get. It's one of those songs that I think has been overdone on the show. And sometimes I wonder if they're trying to confuse these contestants by saying, great song choice during the auditions and then during Hollywood. And then when they get on the live show, they say, oh, that song's not you. That's a horrible song choice. Even though they're doing the same kind of stuff they were, in the earlier phases. But anyway, I thought he was great. Next was Shelby Dressel. She was born with a disorder that paralyzed the right side of her face, but boy, wasn't she adorable. She was so cute as a button. I loved her. She sang Turn Me On by Norah Jones and forgot the words halfway through and said, holy. The judges gave her 4 yeses. Simon's yes with a small Y. I thought it was good. She had a nice, almost a country-like little voice, so I thought it was pretty good. I liked her. Next was Jay Stone. And here we are on the 5th audition, and Kristen Chenowith has already checked out. I guess she had better plans. It was the 2nd day of auditions. Jay beatbox come together, beatboxing and singing at the same time. It was mildly entertaining, but really after a season of Blake Lewis, the whole beatboxing thing got kind of old. Randy Jackson couldn't even remember Blake Lewis's name. I don't know if that says something about Randy Jackson's memory, or maybe it says something about Blake Lewis. Simon said no, Kara said yes, and then Kara convinced Randy to say yes. I don't know if Randy's trying to become useless this season, because it's happened several times that Kara has made him change his mind and say yes when he really wanted to say no. Of course, some people would argue that Randy Jackson has been useless for all these years. Anyway, like I said, the beatboxing, it's mildly entertaining to watch, but, Taylor Hicks, it was mildly entertaining to watch him dance around the stage like a 2-year-old with a diaper full of excrement, but that doesn't translate to record sales. So anyway, he's through to Hollywood. Next was some short clips from Janell Wheeler, Brittany, Starr James, and Casey Bedford. They all made it through to Hollywood, and they were okay. After that was Cornelius Edwards. He said he learned to dance from his friends that are adult entertainers that dance for money. It's called strippers, Cornelius. Don't try to paint it up to be something that it isn't. He said he was going to sing Rollin' by Tina Turner, and that's a bad sign when he doesn't even know the name of the song before he auditions. He ended up singing Proud Mary by Tina Turner, and halfway through he just jumped up and literally did a split. Literally a split. His pants split. And so he just kept on singing. I couldn't believe it. He hit that ground so hard, too. And when he got up, the only thing he was worried about was his pants. I would have been worried about, am I ever going to be able to reproduce? Because he just went down on that floor. Manhood first. That couldn't have felt good, but maybe there's nothing down there. The judges gave him 3 yeses, but it wasn't based on his singing. After that was Bernadette and Amanda Desimone. Their mom has a hair salon in the house. What's up with these people with hair salons in their houses this year? This is like the second one. And then Theo, he wanted to have a hair salon, so maybe he needs to hook up with these girls. One of them sang Hit the Road Jack, and the other one sang I Want to Dance with Somebody. They were okay. I wasn't crazy about it, but they were okay. The judges seemed to like the one better that sang Hit the Road Jack, and I liked the other one better. But anyway, they're both through to Hollywood. After that was Jarrod Norrell. He sang Amazing Grace, and you could tell he was so into it. He meant what he was singing. He was giving it up to the Lord. Of course, the first judge to say anything was DioGuardi, as has often been the case this season. She's trying to stand out as a judge. And didn't I say in my video about Simon Cowell leaving the day before the premiere that she was going to try to take Simon's place this season as the mean judge? So tell me why she's sitting there trying to speak Simonese. She gave out several Simon comments. It's like she was trying to channel him. She said, what was that? Something Simon would say. I'm not trying to be rude, but also something Simon would say. And it sounded like a lawnmower. And that sounds like a Simon insult. Although the lawnmower part was pretty funny, wasn't it? The judges said no, and he just kept trying to sing Amazing Grace. And when security came to take him out, he said he wasn't going. But they ended up taking him out in handcuffs. And the last of the night was Matthew Lawrence. Matthew spent 4 years in the slammer after he robbed a bank with a BB gun when he was 15 years old. Now he wants to be the next American Idol to redeem himself and make his family proud. They tried to make this into one of those sob stories, but I just didn't feel sorry for him. I never have pity for crooks and criminals, and that's what he is. He's a bank robber. I thought that people with felonies were automatically disqualified. I didn't think haven't they booted people off the show before for having criminal records? Well, maybe it was expunged from his record since he was only 15 when it happened. Anyway, he sang Trouble, and it was really good. I don't think it was as great as the judges thought it was. They acted like he's the best thing they've ever seen. And I thought it was okay, but it wasn't that great. Anyway, some of my favorite ones of the night were probably, what is that girl's name? Shelby Dressel, and that's the only one I really, really liked. The other ones, some of them were pretty good. But, it was just like last night. I wasn't jumping out of my seats for any of them. Next week, auditions in Los Angeles with guest judges Katy Perry and Avril Lavigne. Oh, gosh. I dread seeing her. Anyway, I'll see you folks next week. Bye.